Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm just Casey and today I'm featuring a tour of the front entrance to my Winter Wonderland theme park. I made this entrance before I decided to film this series, which is why it hasn't been featured before. So I thought it would be cool to do a little special video where I get to show you guys around. I have the game on pause in order to prevent lag as I move around and show you guys the different elements. Starting with this front walkway, I added all of these trees, obviously, to make it feel a little bit more like the park is in the middle of a foresty, snowy escape. I even added a few of the small festive Christmas trees to add a little extra pizzazz. They're kind of hidden back there, but you can see them. The main feature, before the guests even get into the entrance, is this big Christmas tree. This is what I envisioned welcoming guests when I first started planning the park. An entrance point of this big tree decorated with ornaments and presents to really get the guests into the Christmas spirit as they're walking into the park. I did lay all of the ornaments by hand, which is another reason why I didn't film this making of this entrance. I knew that it would take a long time. It was tedious to say the least, but I think it turned out pretty well. I left the rest of this area nice and open because it's really meant for guest traffic. They're coming in and out of the park. I didn't want it clogged up with benches and scenery pieces and all that. The front entrance building itself is actually inspired by one of the pre-designed blueprints that comes with the game. I think it features pieces from the vintage pack, so it might be in that DLC. I drew inspiration from that, these two big buildings with a connecting centerpiece that serves as the actual park entrance gate. Here's what it looks like a little closer. I themed it all red and green because of course this is a Christmas park. I added the archways because I felt this roof was a little boring and it needed some dressing up. Tucked inside the roof are a few snow machines so it sprinkles snow down on the guests as they walk in. Both buildings have the same types of windows and doors, but one set is colored green and the other red. And then they have a green roof and a red roof as well to really bring home those Christmas vibes. They have little features like these balcony doors just to give it a little something extra. I plan on going back through and adding some more details and like fairy lights to make it really pop at night. I always build during the day because it's easier to see and then go back later and switch it to night to add in those features. I absolutely love the garland swags that come as part of the festive theme in the game. I think they're super easy to put up, and I think I've said this before. It makes it so that you can dress up any park for the holiday season. This is actually the part of the entrance that I'm probably the most proud of. Yes, even my tree that I hand decorated with all of those ornaments. I just really like the way the archways line up with the park entrance, just the way the swags look on it, and then the overall swirly, twirly, wintry, festive, almost fairy tale feel to it all. So then guests will walk through here, and that leads to, let's see, our first scene here with our train and our little gingerbread snowman, designed really to kind of give a little bit of a taste to what the guests will be seeing when they enter the rest of the park. I added some trees around the back just to, give it more of that foresty feel like I had said before. And then if you see the back of the buildings here, they're, pretty simple. Just a little, nutcracker decoration with some candy canes. I think I might come back through and maybe add a little bit more greenery or some rock work just to give it a little bit more of a punch up. But I kind of wanted to leave the building itself a little more on the simple side so I can maybe go out later with more of the lights and things like that and really have that be the feature of those buildings. Next we have the bridge that leads to the front plaza area that I actually built in, I believe it's episode 2 of this series. And I'm actually pretty proud of this bridge. It didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted to, but I really like the arch sort of look to it. And my favorite part is that the train runs underneath it and it creates this sort of grand entrance into the plaza itself. So this is the front plaza, as I like to call it, of the park. It features a train station for the vintage train that takes guests around the whole park, as well as an entertainment point for our festive King coaster and an info booth. And I think in the episode that I built this in, I did not feature this center tree here. So that's new. If you're not new to the series, that's a new little sneak peek for you. And then I added some snow to the roofs as well to really bring that in. And I think you can see in the background, I did some terraforming to sort of help block out those sight lines for the rest of the park. My next step is to widen this path here and create sort of a thoroughway tunnel that leads to the Candyland area and make a little candy forest as they walk through. I find that once guests are done with the carousel, if the line for the train is too long, they just turn around and leave the park and complain that there wasn't enough to do. So I need to make a passageway to the rest of the park that does not involve the train. And that wraps up our tour of the front entrance to the Winter Wonderland theme park. Once I'm done with everything, the entire park, I'll do a grand tour where I feature each section, including all of the little details that I've added off camera. I don't know if I'll split it up into different sections for different videos or just do one big grand tour. Let me know which you would prefer, if you'd rather have separate videos of each section or a big park tour all in one video. And I'll do some ride POVs as well once I get those all finished up. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next video.